Hello and welcome to another episode of Baloo's Tech How-Tos. Last week we checked out OBS Studio, getting you all set up with that service. So you can check out those videos right up here. That being said, do you use Streamlabs Desktop? Are you looking at jumping into the Streamlabs ecosystem? Well, today we're going to be doing just that. We're going to be looking at getting you all set up, all the different services that Streamlabs offers, as well as setting up the Streamlabs Cloudbot. So let's go check it out, and in just a few short minutes we'll have you all ready to go. Let's do it. So when we talk Streamlabs, the best place to go for the Streamlabs ecosystem is streamlabs.com. The website will be in the description below, so head there to find everything from the Streamlabs Desktop application to their Prime service, as well as the dashboard where you can find all your analytics, widgets, Cloudbot, and more. So we'll get into that in a little bit, but basically everything can be accessed from this website. So make sure you bookmark it so that you have easy access to all of the online features for Streamlabs. There are a lot of features within Streamlabs Desktop, which we will get into, such as theme packages, alerts, all that kind of stuff. But there is still a very significant portion to their online. So make sure that you save this website for future use as well. So when you download Streamlabs Desktop, you're going to want to click on this button right here, download the executable file and run it. And from there, you will get Streamlabs Desktop. Now I've put it in dark mode. Yours might be light mode for the first time that you open it up. I like the dark mode, easier on the eyes, but you can adjust all that in the settings down here in the bottom corner. When you open up the settings, the first thing you're probably going to want to do is connect it to the stream platform of your choice. So you've got Twitch, Facebook, Trovo, and YouTube. So you can connect it to any one of these. For Twitch, you're just going to need your stream key. So just go into your creator dashboard. You can find your stream key in there, copy and paste it into Streamlabs, very similar to OBS Studio. Make sure you do not share that key with anyone. One of the benefits of Streamlabs Prime is that you can actually stream to multiple platforms at once. You are unable to do so as a Twitch affiliate with the 24-hour restriction, as Twitch does own your content in part for 24 hours, so you are unable to stream to multiple platforms at once. But if you are not a Twitch affiliate, you can stream to multiple platforms if you would like. Now, if you stream to something like Facebook, Trovo, or YouTube, I'm not sure the nitty-gritty there, but just make sure that if you do decide to stream to multiple platforms, you just connect them all here and that you are safe to do so. So once you have your stream connected, the next thing you're going to want to do is go to the Output tab. Under this Output tab is where you're going to just double check the settings that it optimized for you when you boot up the program to make sure that everything is set as best as it can be for your system. So you want to make sure the output mode is advanced, and you're going to want to go down to the hardware, the encoder. If you've got a 20 series or higher GPU, so that's the NVIDIA RTX, then you want to use the NVENC New. If you've got a 10 series GTX card or an AMD, you're going to want to more than likely choose the X264. So the difference there is the newer RTX cards have a dedicated section on them for video encoding, and that's the NVENC. So if you have a newer card, choose the NVENC first. If your GPU is struggling to keep up with the amount of encoding and the strain, then you can try the X264. But this X264 is the CPU and the NVENC is the GPU. So choose the option that best fits you. And then the next thing you're going to want to check is the bitrate. So the most that a Twitch affiliate can stream at is 6,000 kilobytes per second, or the 6,000 bitrate there. Now, if you have an internet of 8 megabits per second or higher, you can set this at 6,000 for your bitrate. If you've got anywhere from 4 to 8 megabits a second of upload speed, then I would set this anywhere from 4,000 to 4,500 up to 6, depending on the quality that you're going to be streaming at. If you have less than 4 megabits a second of upload speed, I would set the bitrate to 2,000, 2,500. And especially at that point, I would be looking to stream at 720p, 60 frames a second, even possibly down to 30, which you can check by going to this video tab here. So we've got our base canvas resolution. That's what you're going to be building on. That's what you see. And your output scaled resolution is your stream output. So I have an upload speed of 100 megabits a second, and I'm running a 3070 with a Ryzen 7 3700 processor. So I'm able to stream at 1920 by 1080, thankfully. But if you need to downscale this, you just go down to 1280 by 720. You click this, and then you can also adjust the FPS down to 30 as well if need be. So find what best fits you, your system, and what you'd like to stream at, and you just set all the settings here. The last thing, because we are in the settings, that I just want to go over is you do have your hotkeys. You do have some advanced options, as well as one of the nice things about Streamlabs Desktop is they do have an app as well. So you can download the app for iOS or Android, and you can actually control Streamlabs Desktop through the mobile app. So you would just click on this QR code, scan it to get started. Once you get that downloaded and all installed, it's time to start building your scenes. So you hit the plus button here to add any of your scenes, and then the plus button over here to start adding your sources. So if we want to say add in our microphone, you go audio input capture, add source, and we're just going to call this our mic with 2 eyes. Why not? And then you just want to make sure that you choose the device. Now, my default is set to the current microphone source that I'm using, but if it's not, you just want to choose the one from the list. So we use the voice mod to run our microphone audio through. So you can see here that the bar is bouncing right down below me to show that the microphone is receiving audio. We're going to downmix that to mono just because with an XLR microphone, that's what creates the stereo sound because of the physical interface. So you can test the audio if you'd like, but otherwise you can just close out of this, and you now see that we have our microphone audio source. If you want to start adding other things, you just open up the sources list again, and you've got everything from essential sources to general sources, all the way to widgets. So this is one of the nice things about Streamlabs Desktop is they have everything within the application itself. Now this can lead to higher CPU usage, so don't just add things willy-nilly. Make sure you're adding only items that you are going to use, as it does locally host most of these sources and will use more CPU for more things that you add. But you can click on any of these to get them added. With a lot of these widgets, so say we just say we want to add a follower goal, we're going to click our follower goal here, we're going to hit add source, just call it follower goal, and it's going to pull up this menu here. And you can actually edit this from within Streamlabs Desktop as well. So you can add a title, you know, we'll just leave it follower goal. We're going to put 100, and you can even choose the starting amount if you're halfway there. So say starting amount of 50, and then you just choose an end date. So say we want the end of March, so 31st, 2022, start goal. Is there only 30 days in March? There we go. There's only 30 days in March. So after this, you now have your goal set up. You can change the width and the height up here at the top, and then you just hit done. And voila, and it'll actually show you where on the screen it is in regards to the pixels. You can click and drag any of the corners to make it bigger or smaller. And the other nice thing as well is if you press and hold Alt, you can actually crop. So left Alt and left click, you can actually crop the source as well. So that is pretty nice on adding everything. All the widgets and everything are within Streamlabs Desktop, so you can just go through and get all of your sources added in that method. Now, to go through more of what Streamlabs Desktop offers, up in the left corner here, you've got your alert box library. So all of your alert boxes and things, some are free, so you just want to look for ones that don't have the word Prime on them. You can grab any of those to use for free. If you did sign up for Streamlabs Prime, then you can use anything within this library. But you can get anything from static alerts to animated ones. But all of the ones in here are created and can be used depending on whether you have the free version or you pay for the Prime. So you can scroll through this entire menu to find them. You also have theme collections and packages and all that kind of stuff here. So in this third tab, again, you'll see some are Prime if they've got the little yellow star, and then you've got some that are free as well. So you can go through, and that is another nice thing about Streamlabs is they have quite an extensive library of themes and alerts and overlays and everything for you to kind of pick and choose from, especially when you're just getting started. It's nice to just have something right off the bat. Now again, just because you use Streamlabs Desktop doesn't mean you need to use any of these. If you wanted to create your own, contract some work out, whatever you choose to do, those can also be imported in as either video sources if they're animated or photo sources if they're static. And then they also have an app store as well. So from the app store here, you can go through and you can choose any of the apps from this list. In this list, there can kind of be everything from music players all the way to going live bots that you can use to announce on Twitter when you are going live. Again, most of these are Prime. So if you have the Prime subscription, just make sure you click on any of these to explore and then install. And that pretty much wraps it up for the basic intro into Streamlabs Desktop. The last thing that I want to go into today would be the Cloudbot. So their Cloudbot is their moderation bot. It does have some games and some widgets and things like that installed as well. But where you want to go for that is your dashboard. So once you sign in from the streamlabs.com website, you're going to be taken to your analytics page. And from there on the right hand side, you've got all of the different essentials, things to deal with your brand, and some more stuff that we'll get into later. But for today, we talked about our alert box, which allows you to adjust any of your alerts. So you can do follows, subs, donations, host bits, raids, all that kind of stuff. You can choose the widgets, which is another way to edit the widgets that are within Streamlabs Desktop. So as you'll see here, we actually have our follower goal. It's right here in the middle. So you can click on this guy and you can adjust it much like you can within the app. Then our Cloudbot, last but not least for today, you just click on it over in the left-hand side and it's going to pull up this menu here. Now your Cloudbot, the one big reason too why I wanted to cover this is it does have auto mod features, as well as different commands, timers. It does have a quote and a queue system, and a bunch of other fun things as well. So you're going to want to set your moderation tools to what fits your stream. Make sure that you're protecting yourself and your community. If you wanted to use a bot account that you've already created, you can actually create one or just link it here. And then that way, rather than it saying Streamlabs, it'll be the bot account that you've created. Modules are different games that you can use. So these different games will create some interactivity for your stream. So you can go through and check any of these out. If they are toggled green, that means they're on and can be started by the input variable here that you see beside the name. So for the gamble one, exclamation point gamble, and then the number of points. Then if you go up to the commands tab, this is where you can create as many commands for your stream as you want. So they do have default ones that you can scroll down and can toggle on and off as well as make minor edits to using the pencil on the right hand side. Timers, again, you can add a bunch of timers to your stream. These are going to be ones that are affected based on the amount of time and chat messages sent throughout intervals in your stream. So if you want one to go off every 10 minutes, then you would just set the amount of time and the number of minimum lines that need to be sent before that message goes through. Then you do have quotes. If anyone wants any quotes for your stream, you've got a queue system, as well as doing things such as giveaways. You can run giveaways through here as well. And then last but not least is your importer. So you're going to want to go over to this final tab here, just on this bar, and that's where you can bring all of your commands, your loyalty points, your timers over from other bot services. So you've got this desktop chatbot through Streamlabs, you've got Stream Elements, and you've got Nightbot. You just want to click over here, single click on this import button, just confirm, and then you're good to go. That way, if you're moving to Streamlabs Cloudbot, everything will come with you. You just want to make sure that you get this all set up and ready to go, get your command set up, make sure everything is turned on, and then last but not least, do not forget to mod Streamlabs /mod Streamlabs in your chat, just so that it can function properly. But with that being said, that's a pretty quick little intro into Streamlabs, into the whole Streamlabs ecosystem. We covered how to get it downloaded, how to start setting up scenes, sources, as well as the different alerts, themes, packages, all that kind of stuff that are available to you. Now, when you start delving into the Streamlabs ecosystem, Prime is going to be a big thing that you're going to see available. You do get certain benefits through Prime, such as access to a merch store. You do get access to more of their theme packages, their overlays, their alerts, and more custom assistance as well if you reach out to their help lines, that kind of thing. So Prime, it is a monthly or yearly subscription that you can look into getting, but it is not required to use their services as well. So Streamlabs Desktop, it is very user-friendly. It has a very clean interface, but just be wary that it does host everything locally, so it can run a little bit higher CPU usage. But with that being said, if you found this video useful, if you used it to get set up, let me know in those comments below. Let me know what you'd like to see or hear about in the future. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Take care.